Welcome to the driver's seat. I think it's safe to say that the best decision Chrysler made years ago was to acquire Jeep. This has been the strongest automotive brand in America and continues to be that way, and they really could do no wrong. They just announced they're opening more plants, and a lot of it has to do with this vehicle, the Jeep Cherokee. The Wrangler is still the bread and butter of the brand, but the Cherokee has been selling like crazy, and they keep adding new additions. We're in the TrailHawk, which is the top of the line. This is the one that is geared more towards off-roading. It comes with a standard all-new 2.0 liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine that produces 270 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. That will enable you to tow 4,500 pounds, which is very impressive for the segment. A lot of vehicles in this segment only tow about 1,500, so 4,500 is very impressive. And when the Cherokee first came out, this is a name that they resurrected from the past, but it's been great. It first came out, had some awkward styling, and now in this second version, second generation, they've certainly addressed some of the I don't want to call them styling flaws, but just some of the polarizing styling cues that may have turned off a few customers. Though, regardless, this particular model, the TrailHawk, is really stunning in my opinion, but also very capable. It's the most capable. It has standard red tow hooks, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear, and just a unique grille, unique wheels, a lot of unique styling elements to set it apart from, the standard soccer mom version of the Cherokee. Anyway, the 9-speed transmission is built by ZF, which is one of our favorite companies. It's a German company, and they make the best 8-speed automatic, period. But when it comes to this 9-speed, which is really geared towards fuel economy, it's a little bit odd, but it's made for front-wheel drive biased vehicles like the Cherokee. And overall, it's an okay transmission. It's perfectly fine in freeway driving, and it's actually pretty good for off-roading. Where it lacks some refinement is in that initial acceleration, or in the passing acceleration, the 30 to 50, 50 to 70 I like to talk about. See, I just pressed the accelerator, and it was a full 2-second delay in reacting. And yeah, it's great to have all that horsepower, all that torque, but if you can't access it, it's a little bit useless. Now, you could put it in sport mode, and that helps with the shift schedule, but overall, we'd like to see them reprogram the software to address that. A vehicle at this price point, and it's around $40,000, it needs better acceleration. And here, especially on a slight incline right now, I'll do it again. So I'm going to press the gas now. 1, 2, 3-second delay before it starts reacting. That's just not acceptable. But let's talk about some of the things we like. The interior, I think, is very refined for a vehicle in this segment. I like the contrast stitching. Of course, you got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Jeep and Chrysler in general. Fiat Chrysler, they're one of the early adopters of this technology, and I think it's really paying dividends for them. Steering wheel is nice and simple. You don't have a lot going on here. Overall, relatively understated. 25 miles per gallon for a mix of city and highway driving, and we've really put it to the test. 950 miles or so in our 1 week of testing. So that's a lot of driving. It's performed quite nicely. We did some mild off-roading, and as expected, we know what this is really capable of, but we didn't put it to that test. We tested it more the way a typical owner would drive their Jeep Cherokee. This is one of those vehicles where the few times a year you want to go off-roading, you got the ground clearance, and you have the off-road capability. And of course, with these tow hooks, who knows, you might even end up pulling out one of the competitors who got stuck. So overall, a strong recommendation. Like what Jeep is doing. They have some great product offering right now, and it continues to be the strongest American brand in the automotive sector, hands down. I'm Ron Doran. Thanks for watching. See you next time on The Driver's Seat.